Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Oh, and Lily. You probably couldn't tell that she was there, could you, till she moved? Oh, Lily, such a good girl. Deep sigh. I know. So here we are, Aquarius. It's taking a little while to get through them, but we're getting to you, or well, we've gotten to you, and we're going to find out what your story is, Aquarius. What is your story? Everybody has got one, honey. So let's see what your story is. I am actually going to use, I was using it when I started this series, and then I pulled away from it, and I'm come back in again. The Wild Unknown by Kim Kranz tarot deck. It's the pocket size edition. You can see it's a little bit bigger than my typical teeny tiny tarot. And it's actually a really nice size. So that's what I'm being drawn to use for you. Very inspiring. See, it's inspiring to use this for you. So we're going to do it. We're going to find out what your story is. Really, what is it all about, Aquarius? It's general, so it may or may not resonate. If it does resonate and you're drawn to it, there is an extended. The link to that is at the top of the description within this video. It's kind of I like this kind of a morning. It's sort of a sleety snow morning here. I took Lily for a walk. It's just a cool, really cool, crisp breeze this morning. Some people might argue with that and say, it's just cold, Cindy. It's cool and crisp. All right, Aquarius. Wow. What is your story? Your story is big. Intense energy. You have the Death card. You have the Three of Swords. You have the Devil. And you have the Star. It has a good ending. But boy, oh boy, what an intensity of these cards. Is your life so intense, Aquarius? Now, what's really beautiful is that we end with the Star, and that is your card in the Major Arcana. So the ending here is about you in your fullest capacity, in your brightest day, in your most profound moment. It's beautiful energy. But getting there, it takes a bit. And when I say it takes a bit, it feels like you go through something very major in your life. Now, before I get into like reading all this, I want to put time frames to it. This could just be like sort of a bigger part of some aspect of your life that you have gone through, going through, will go through. Or it could be sort of reflections of cycles that you go through in this lifetime. Or it could be something you're going through right now and you just need to hear about it. So just take that as it resonates, because I'm leaving that completely open in terms of how this sits in a timeline, because tarot doesn't really read time. So back to the actual reading itself. Coming out of something very difficult, something that is closing off a major cycle in your life, and it feels like leaving parts of yourself behind. So parts of your ego, parts of people that you knew perhaps, parts of habits and routines in your life. Like there's a major shift here that happens for you. It's a decomposition. And the decomposition should really lead to like a new growth, a new day, because the Death card is about endings and new beginnings, cyclical, how this happens in our life. Your new beginning goes right into the Three of Swords, and then it hits the Devil. So your new beginning is not met in a way that you would think it would be met. It's not met in how you possibly perceived it to go. It's sort of met with more challenges. It's met with, and I feel like because of the Three of Swords, it's met with more challenges because somehow you've come out of some sort of transformation in such a different way that you're even having trouble recognizing yourself and recognizing, like how your mind and your heart communicates, recognizing what your dreams and your hopes are or were or turning into, and how your mind may be playing differently in that. There definitely is some sort of a conflict for you. What you knew, it just really feels like this almost has the feeling of going through the Death card and then hitting the Ten of Swords. Oh, are you okay? As I said, but that little birdie flew into the window. Did you hear that? But he's okay. Yeah, he's popping around again. He was standing on the little wire. So on my back door, I have like a little railing. It's a tiny little builder's version of a deck, like 5 feet by 6 feet. And I have a little bird bath with a water heater in it. And I have a cord that comes up and around and it drapes over the railing and around. And he was sitting on the cord like a little swing. And he decided to try to fly. So he wasn't coming at it very hard and fast. He's okay. It's very busy out there this morning with finches and juncos and mourning doves and starlings because of the snow. So he's okay. Isn't that funny? I said that, like hitting the 10 of swords, and he hit the window. Oh, so profound. So it's like, what is the window to the bird? But it looks like a clear path forward, but it's not. It looks like a clear path forward, but it's not. It absolutely is not. It's a wake-up call. It's a secondary wake-up call, Aquarius. Wow. Look at it. Nature is coming in and speaking to you in this reading. But remember, you have the Star. And because this is all major arcana except this point, it feels like, you know, you're destined to do it. You were destined to go down this path, and you were destined to feel this. You were destined to explore it. You are destined to feel it. Now, the reaction is up to you, because this is minor arcana. So, you know, this energy is a little more mutable. It's a little more negotiable. I can't talk with, anyways, I probably couldn't talk well before. I can't remember how I used to talk before all this metal was in my mouth. Anyways, it's hard to negotiate. It's what you're going to negotiate. It's how you're going to work your way through it. You find yourself on the other side, but before you get there, you're going to fly into a glass wall. You're going to fly into a big glass door. It totally looks like the way is clear, but no, it wasn't clear. What was at the bottom? So I'm going to look, but I'm going to keep shuffling and put things under that. Ooh, look at this. Look, the way was not clear. Oh, the Father of Swords, the Sun in reverse. I would have stopped there, but it seemed very poignant that we had the Son of Wands. The cards are all falling all over the place. The Son of Wands sitting behind here in the upright, like these two wand energies. It's almost like a back step. This is a big back step. It's a back step in kind of knowing who you were. This is almost being fully developed. Fully developed in how you perceive your reality, how you perceive your strengths and weaknesses, and really knowing how to work through them and move forward. But look, the Sun in reverse. Now, here's the key. If you've ever studied, like, the typical tarot, you know, every deck is different, but I don't know what Kim Cran says about her Sun card in the reverse, but in the traditional tarot, the Sun card in reverse is supposed to be read as the Sun card in the upright. It does not have a reversal meaning, just so you know, for the traditional tarot. But this feels like, yeah, like you do see your brighter day. You do see clearly. You can see through the glass door, but you can't get through it. You can't get through it. So it knocks you on your ass. You knocked that little birdie on his ass. And it took him a hot minute to recover from it. And coming out of it is almost like, whoa. I feel empowered about going through and fighting. He did. He came over to this window and he's on the feeder now. He's on a little suction cup feeder. So he's having a bit of a better day. But he's looking around and he's thinking, man, the world is not quite as I thought it was. I need to take a step back, because this is taking a step back from a king energy into a knight. And a knight, if we think about a knight goes back out there, and a knight is understanding. Now I need to kind of figure out what I saw there. Maybe there's some sort of reflection. Maybe there's, you know, I don't know what the bird would think. I'm not a bird. I know they have spectacular eyesight, better than us, but yet the window fools them. So you've probably had spectacular eyesight, yet the window, the block fooled you. So now let's keep going. This is interesting. They're so cute. They really are, the birds. I've been trying to find those decals. You know those decals that you can put on the windows? They don't fly into them very often. And to be honest, my yard is so small that when they do, they're not coming out the window very fast. But I still feel bad because I draw them in here. And I don't want them to hurt themselves. All right. We're going to put a card for each one of these. Okay. For the death card, oh, we have the Empress. I mean, this is a major rebirth. You're coming out like, holy shit, look at you. Look at you. Man, you came out of that nest, you're ready to fly, and you're grand, and you're beautiful, and you are everything. Your decomposition created something just amazing and wonderful. But it's almost like being stuck in a glass box. It's like you're this beautiful seed that grew from the organic matter that was created from your past, the decomposition, the alchemization of pain, transformation, maybe like dark night of the soul energies, and you come out so gorgeous. The Three of Swords and the Devil, you hit that. Boy, did you hit it. The Seven of Wands. Shit. Now you're kind of defensive because you know what? Never hit a glass wall like that before. You end up feeling defensive, and why wouldn't you? That bird's probably not going to fly around as confidently today as it did all the other days. That blew him away, and he was feeling pretty comfortable. I've seen them in that little bird bath with the water heater. There was a mourning dove in there. She was standing on a little water heater. It looks like a plastic stone. She actually had her feet on it and her little ass submerged in the water. She's sitting there. This feels so good. So, you know, feeling like so good. I've been through, this has been difficult. Like even just looking at the bird. Isn't it funny? It's a bird too. It's a bird. Duh, Cindy, it's a bird. And then like waking up in the morning and there's a fresh snowfall and everything seems clear and fresh. Boom. And this block puts you on the defensive. But it's really meant for you to find a new way to see through. You see that flying around? That's the little flies in my house. And I think it came from, I got a plant. It's really beautiful, actually. I really like it. I got a plant from my school. It was really nice. Well, my son's school, because I was helping with their book fair, but I think it has little flies in it. But that's okay. They're new little friends that we're getting to know, right, Lily? So anyways, yeah, that's what you see. If somebody saw that in another view, it was a little black thing. So this is meant for you to kind of, yeah, you're going to have the defense mechanism is going to be activated. But the idea here is for there to be a new way to look forward, a new way to observe obstacles that you occur. The Devil, you know what? Just relax. Just take a minute like the bird did. The bird hit the window and then he jumped back onto the railing and he shook his head and he kind of fluffed up and he hopped around a bit. He wasn't flying anywhere and then he just settled. Like, okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. This is about settling. When you hit some sort of major block, when you're coming through a transformation, and honest to God, it seems like the way should be clear and then it's not. This is what's going on, Aquarius. This is for you to heal. Oh, and really open up your third eye. Open up your third eye so you can see beyond the glass wall, so you can see beyond the glass door. Because this is the sun. The sun is showing through in the third eye of this lamb. And we were looking at that sun in reverse. It's there. It's not meant to be read in the reverse, but it's telling us that something's not quite right because you take a step back into night energy. How you assess your way forward. This is meant for you to have an assessment. And the assessment seems to be about how you proceed forward. The Star. The Nine of Cups. Your wishes, your dreams coming true. It all ends so well. And the bird will have a great day because he had some water and he dipped his little toes in the warm water and he had some food and he learned a valuable lesson today about what you can see, what you think is there, and how you can get through it. Oh, see, this feels like the lesson, the Son of Swords. This is the Knight of Swords. This is sort of that impatient energy, needing to move forward. There's a deep lesson here on impatience. Yeah. Was it last night I was going through what I felt like it's funny because you had both of them, the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. I see the Knight of Wands as restless. The Knight of Wands, I always look at my cards and a little bit different. They always evolve. And the Knight of Swords is really like impatient. You know something and you want to go. You don't want to hesitate. You want to just bust through. And then the Knight of Wands is also a very swift and fast action based energy. But again, like these are not necessarily things that you do because they're not pentacles. They're not how you apply it. It's what's going on inside you or perhaps around you in an environment. But the Knight of Wands is restless, a restlessness. It produces a restlessness in you. And the restlessness is about understanding what drives you. What drives you? What is driving this desire? What is driving your rebirth? And that's, well, yeah. I don't really need to clarify anything on this. It seems pretty clear. So, you go through some sort of major ending in your life. And in that major ending, you really do come out looking, feeling, being better than you've ever been with the Empress. You hold a potential to create abundance beyond what you've ever created before. And as you get ready to move forward, you hit an obstacle that you did not perceive to be there. And this obstacle is immovable. It is a glass door. You're a bird. You do not have the capacity to open the door. And it's locked on the side anyway, so even if you did, you couldn't do it. So you can't move past this obstacle. But you can see where you wanted to go on the other side. So it sort of fooled you in a way. But because of that, it creates a defense mechanism. It's almost like an instinctive reaction. The universe knew this would happen to you. An instinctive reaction is produced and you become defensive because you've never flown into a glass wall like this before. You've never seen where you wanted to go, what you wanted to achieve, acclaim, capture, whatever it could be, and not be able to go through it. And there is no way through it. It's glass. You can't get through it. And then you feel trapped. You feel trapped in, like, I want to go through this, but I can't. And it knocks you back. It knocks you back from it. I'm going to say it knocks your confidence too. It does knock your confidence to go from the King of Wands to the Knight of Wands. And it produces an impatience. It almost as if it's meant to dig out some level of, I want to say immaturity, or a part of you that was not fully developed. And it might have something to do with patience. Another deep breath by Lily. It's something inside of you that there was no way for you to develop this unless you had to conquer it in this way. You never would have touched it. You never would have looked into it. There was no need to. But like the answer here is literally to heal and rest and heal and rest and heal and rest with the Four of Swords. And then in doing this, it's almost like each step, like really these deep breaths. And it's like, actually there was a practice I was doing where increasing and opening up all the different chakras, and I would do a visualization and a meditation, and I imagined like each chakra I would focus on it, and every time I inhaled it was like blowing up a balloon and the chakra got bigger, and I would just let my air out, obviously, and then when I did that, the chakra wouldn't collapse completely. It still held quite a bit of the air, and then it would just kind of, that's what it is. It's like a breath. It's expansion with a tiny bit of contraction. Expansion with a tiny bit of contraction. Expansion with a tiny bit of contraction. And before you know it, this third eye is so big and bright, like you can see that, oh, what was through the glass door wasn't even an environment that would have been conducive to my health, my prosperity. And then you see what truly is your dream, what truly is your making, your happiness, your joy. What an interesting reading. Aquarius. So I'm going to go do your extended and see what we get out of there, my friends. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.